Morning, Knicks Nation. Today is Friday. Happy Friday. Friday, the 26th day of January, 2024. I hope you're all safe and healthy today, that your family's safe and healthy, and that the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field, along with the first responders who every day are risking their lives to save lives, and those that pick up garbage for us to keep our places clean, and those that make deliveries of items for our convenience. Double blessings upon the men and women that are out here trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover teenagers and children that are the victims of child molestation and pedophilia. People who are also the victims of pornography and child pornography, prostitution and child prostitution, human trafficking and sex slavery. Double curses on all the perpetrators of these things, all the profiteers and all the perverts that create this industry. Finally, double blessings upon the homeless. There are nearly 600,000 men, women, and children homeless, and increasingly senior citizens over 65 without homes and living in cars and vans and on the streets. And millions around the world in similar or worse conditions. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. There was a basketball game last night at Madison Square Garden. We expected a tough game because Denver Nuggets are the defending champions. But they were coming off at the end of a 5-game road trip. Well, boo-hoo for them, because the Knicks have already had 2 5-game road trips. And if you look at it, there's 2 teams in the league that have played the most road games. The New York Knicks and the Denver Nuggets. And so the Knicks have come through their schedule with flying colors. That's with injuries to Mitchell Robinson, with injuries to Isaiah Hartenstein, and a trade that happened. Now, since the OG Anunoby trade, that Knicks have played 13 games since the trade, right? And I want to just go over what those games have been like. And I want to start with, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. So let's start with the Indiana game that happened. Yeah, let's start with that. The Indiana game that they lost on December 30th. Then, January 1st. Let's see. The Knicks gave up 106 points. Then against Chicago, 100 points. 92 points, 105, 84. Then they gave it 128 against Dallas. We know about that debacle. But then 94, 94, 94. They gave up 98. They gave up 109, 100, 103, 84. You're noticing the defense has ticked up several notches. Do not give Tom Thibodeau too many players that know how to play defense, because he's going to lock down the league. And as a matter of fact, right now, as it turns out, the New York Knicks are the top in terms of points allowed. They're the top team defensively in the East. Top in the East defensively. Second in the entire league, behind Minnesota. And then for all those people that kept talking this BS about the Knicks can't beat teams above 500 as if it was something not so great that they're beating all the teams in front of them below 500. Let's see. They beat Minnesota by like 20, right? They beat Philly by like 30. And then they just beat last night, Denver by 38. Can we stop the BS? When will y'all stop listening to these BS platforms that always got something negative to say about your team? And when are y'all going to stop believing this crap? Anyway, the Knicks are also third in the East in terms of point differential. A big one for Tom Thibodeau is point differential, plus 5.4. The Knicks are 8-2 in their last 10 winners of 5 straight. Oh, by the way, for the second time this season, 5 straight. And I ain't even counting how many times they won 3 straight. I think they've had at least 3-game winning streaks. So the NBA has a problem at Madison Square Garden. And the scary thing is, brethren, we haven't gotten Mitchell Robinson back yet. And we don't even have Isaiah Hartenstein right now. Last night, the Joker scored 31 against the Knicks. See, the defensive scheme that Tom Thibodeau put out there last night, oh my goodness. You see, this is the thing. The Joker shoots 36% from three, which is about league average. Aaron Gordon shoots 28% from three. The rest of the starters, and then also the bench, they shoot close to 40 or above 40. So you wanted to get the Joker out of the paint much as you can. I mean, he's Hall of Fame talent, so you're going to get his. And you want him to shoot threes, and then you want Aaron Gordon to shoot threes. Did you all notice a couple of times they left Aaron Gordon wide open? Purposely done, because he's only 28%. And so Aaron Gordon was moving into the lane to try to get his shots close, which he did. See, they're used to it, but it was great scouting on the Knicks' part and great defensive scheme on Tom Thibodeau's part. And the Knicks on the other side, their defense, whew, you got to give Jericho Sims and Precious Achiuwa. And I told y'all, Precious wasn't no throw-in in this deal. Precious was part of the deal. They wanted OG and they wanted Precious. They got him. Okay? And they got a third string point guard in Malachi Flint, who I liked coming out of San Diego State. No, there's no more moves to be made. And all of y'all that keep talking about moves, please, just think about what you're saying. So right now, Deuce McBride is shooting 45% from three over this last 10 games. 45%. He's filling in for Jalen Brunson. And last night, Tom Thibodeau gave the four guys that are second unit plus 20 minutes. And guess what? Guess what happened when he did that? Well, let's see. Achiuwa was plus 18 with 10 boards, 6 on the offensive end. McBride was plus 14, 13 points, 4 or 5 from the three-point line. Grimes was plus 13, scored 19, 2 or 5 from 3, 7 or 11 from the field, including going to the basket, which a lot of those still don't understand he could do. And then there's Josh Hart, plus 6, 4 points, but we know 7 boards. He did his thing defensively. And defense wins championships. Some of y'all need to be reminded of this. We don't need Kyle Lowry. We don't need Malcolm Brogdon. We don't need DeJounte Murray. We just need Mitchell Robinson to come back. Because you add Mitchell Robinson to that second unit. Anyway, somebody asked me last week, and some of y'all were shocked when I said the answer. They said, well, when do you think the Knicks will be ready to contend for a chip? And I said, right now. Right now. They can contend for a chip. And I've been telling you this for a minute now. I said, right now. I'm not saying they're going to win the championship. But see, nobody can say whoever going to win a championship when this much parity in the NBA. Okay? Anybody could pop up and start a streak and win. But the Knicks are part of that competition. Seriously, part of the conversation. They're definitely part of the ECF conversation. They are right now, as we now stand. The Knicks in the standings are the 4th seed in the East right now. Now, Cleveland is right behind them, half a game. Cleveland's playing Milwaukee again in Milwaukee tonight. Okay, Cleveland's got Milwaukee in Milwaukee tonight. Now, Cleveland, for the next 15, 12 games, they got a cupcake schedule. But right now, as we're going into the All-Star break in this particular weekend, they got Milwaukee at Milwaukee tonight. Then they come home and face the Clippers. Those are really their last 2 tough games. They got Detroit at home after that. They got to travel to Memphis and San Antonio. So they're getting some cupcake games. And then they got Sacramento at home. So this next 2 games at Milwaukee and with the Clippers, that's the Knicks' opportunity to put some space between them and Cleveland. And so the Knicks' next 2 games, we know we're playing Miami, right? We got Miami on Saturday afternoon, by the way. It's tomorrow afternoon. I won't be able to see that game live. I'm going to watch the replay later that night. But they got Miami at Madison Square Garden. That's the finishing of this particular homestand that they had. And then they got Charlotte on Monday. Now, we always say, any team could be any team in the league on any particular night. But I like our chances against Miami tomorrow. I love our chances. You know what's really amazing about Miami is they are really a lot of their success this season is from a rookie, Jaime Jaquez. I hope I'm saying his name right. Jaime Jaquez. He is one of the main pieces for their success. Since he has been out, they have struggled. Okay, and so it was interesting last year in their run to the finals. Gabe Vincent and Max Strus played huge parts. It was Jimmy Butler, but he had help. Gabe Vincent and Max Strus played major parts in them getting there. They don't have those guys. This year, it's Jaime Jaquez. He's the one that's really playing a major part. He really is a revelation. And Eric Spoelstra is not unlike Tom Thibodeau. He don't like to play rookies. So this kid is really good, period, for him to be getting this kind of light and then be this important for Miami's success. So I don't know if he's playing tomorrow. I know what was his problem? Let me see. Jaime was groin. He was a groin issue. And I don't know if he's going to be playing. He was out against the Celtics yesterday. I don't know if he's going to be back against the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. He may or may not. But the Knicks defense is really at a high level. And that's saying something even without Isaiah Hartenstein. Okay. Jericho and Precious are doing the job. See, everybody starts this crap about we need this and we just need that. We just need to let our players play. That's all. No, we don't need an extra ball handler behind Jalen Brunson. We don't need anybody to spell Jalen Brunson. We got a guy. His name is Deuce. And when Thibs is now pulling the Deuce card, the defense goes up several notches because he's pulling that Deuce card on the second unit with Grimes. So yesterday, part of the program that he had, as I thought, OG Anunoby guarding Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray was probably, aside the Joker or with the Joker, the most dangerous player on the floor because he can shoot 40% from three, plus he can get to the basket off the dribble. So he's very dangerous. And he plays good defense. I mean, he's really good coming out of Kentucky. But he put the OG card on him, and then off the second unit, it was grimy. And then you had Deuce. I'm sorry, but access denied. And that's going to be the key. So please stop with all this. We need backup point guard. We need more scoring off the bench. We need to let our guys play. That's all. Just to show you too. Look here. Miami lost in Miami to Memphis, a losing team. Denver, one of the defending champion and top three in the West, got blown out last night by the Knicks. Just for all you knuckleheads that don't understand, it's not just the Knicks that lose games like that. It happens to everybody. And I was trying to tell y'all, every team got to go through their hell. The Knicks already went through theirs. And now Tom Thibodeau coached teams start to play better come January, February, March. Imagine that. Look, don't let us get Mitchell Robinson back. I'm just telling y'all. Don't let us do that. Because if that happens, the NBA is going to have a real problem in New York. Okay? I'm just telling you. And even now, Isaiah Hartenstein, who played 82 games last year and played with that sore Achilles last year, he's rested. And we can afford to rest him. Okay? We can afford to rest him because we got Jericho and we got Precious. And they are balling. They're playing D. They're not scoring a whole lot. If you look at the box score, if you're just a box score watcher, you're not going to understand their impact on the game. But you know what? The Joker is a Hall of Fame talent. That was a major assignment that those two kids took on yesterday. And they did it successfully. So good were the Knicks yesterday that, how many minutes did our boy, see Deuce's minutes, again, is determined on how many minutes Brunson decides to play. Brunson scored 21 yesterday. How many minutes did he play? Let's take a look at this here. How many minutes did my man Brunson play? Brunson yesterday played 27 minutes. So you got 48 minutes at point guard. That left Deuce with 21 minutes. And look at that. 21 minutes. He's 4 of 9 from the field, 3 of 4 from 3, 1 of 2 from the line, 2 steals, 1 assist, plus 14, 13 points. That's what we're talking about. Okay? So all kind of time that Thibs gets to play these kids like this is getting them more comfortable and sharper. That's why I say stop looking over the fence for somebody else. You got the guy. You just need to let him play. Okay? So we got a tough one tomorrow against Miami. Miami, New York. Throw out all the records, throw out all the stats. It's Miami, New York. Always been that way since Pat Riley left. It's going to be that way tomorrow. So I'm expecting another tough game. Don't let them go in there and blow Miami out now. That'd be something else. But expecting a tough game against Miami. Just come through Denver. And let's get this W. Okay, the defense is going to be there. We know this. Okay, and so OG is going to be there. We know this. Look, by the way, I'm loving the matchup possibility with OG on Jimmy Butler. See, Jimmy Butler's crafty, man. He's another tough dude. But we got kryptonite now in the starting lineup in OG. Oh, man, and don't let Dante DiVincenzo do what he did yesterday. 5 of 10 from the field, 4 of 9 from 3, 16 points in 26 minutes, plus 27. Don't let that happen. Your Knicks are on the verge, as I mentioned, of becoming a juggernaut. And the league knows they got a problem. As far as Jalen Brunson and the All-Star, I didn't expect him to start. I didn't because of the fan vote. New York Knicks fans don't vote enough for their players. But I expect him to be on the team. Now, Julius, he might be on the bubble this year. There's a lot of really good front court dudes in the East this year. I mean, you're talking about Giannis, you're talking about Tatum and Brown, you're talking to, they got some really good dudes, on the front lines in the East this year. And then of course you got Siakam, who's balling, and watch out for the Indiana Pacers now this year, because Obi's playing basically the same role he played with the Knicks. He's getting a little bit more minutes though. He's in the rotation, but he's not starting because Siakam's there, another All-NBA player. But watch Indiana, especially when Halliburton comes back. So there's a lot of really good front court dudes that's going to get, then you got Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler. Even though the Knicks are better, Drew should be in front of them. But I think Drew's on the bubble this year in terms of All-Star. I'll be glad. He should make it because the Knicks are 4th in the East. So he should make it. But I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't. But that being said, I'm still expecting All-NBA levels for both him and JB. The Knicks are 4th in the East, man. And let me tell you something else. They're 2 games behind Philly. You know how they say in the car, when you drive in your car, right? You got your side mirror. And you look in the side mirror and there's these words there. Objects in the mirror may be closer than they appear. That's what Philly's looking at right now, because here we come. You all enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the game. Be safe out there. Sure.